The NBA season ended about a month ago, and I'm already missing basketball. The draft is over, the majority of free agency is over as well. Now we're just kind of waiting until the end of October for NBA basketball. So I said, you know what? I want to do a video where I simulate the next season, see how things kind of play out, who wins the championship, awards, all that kind of stuff. Then I found out Danny2k did something like this a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, well, all right, cool. I don't really want to copy him. I had this idea, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it anyway. Hopefully it's different from his video. I only watched part of his video. But what I went ahead and did was got everybody already, like, all the rookies are in here. All the guys, obviously, like, big guys like Cooper Flag are going to be in here as well. All the free agents who have signed so far, including Kevin Durant. And then players that are restricted free agents that haven't signed yet. I just brought them back for 1 year. It's just a 1 year thing. Guys like, you know, Josh Giddey for the Bulls, Quentin Grimes for the 76ers, Jonathan Kuminga for the Golden State Warriors. Also, another reason I'm doing a 1 year challenge is I've been having so many issues with 2K recently on simulations where if I get to season 2, 3, and I try to get to the next year, it crashes my app every single time. I don't know what it is. I only got like a month and a half till 2K26 comes out, but I hope this is just a weird bug right now. I've had three different videos. I try to go into year 2 of the rebuild, crashes, and it won't get past that point. So I don't really know what to do. I'm hoping that isn't the case for the rest of 2K25 because that's annoying, and I don't want to make only one kind of season rebuilds for the next month and a half, but we'll figure that out. The point of today is to see what next year's going to look like. We're going to have predictions for award winners, who's going to be the top teams in their conference, and obviously who's going to win the NBA championship. I mean, some of these teams we don't really have to go through. We kind of know what these teams are. Obviously, the biggest one is going to probably be teams like the Dallas Mavericks, adding Cooper Flag. There is no injuries. There's no injuries. And Marcus Smart, don't know if you guys know this, is now a Laker. So, I mean, that's cool. I guess it could have been cool a couple years ago. But I kind of just want to go for this. Obviously, Damian Lillard now back with the Portland Trail Blazers. Did a video about that a couple of days ago. Maybe they'll be pretty good this year. I don't really have much to say. We're going to get into this, kind of go to like the trade deadline, see how things are stacking up, see what the NBA All-Stars look like, and then obviously we're going to go to the end of the season, see who wins the award. So right now, before we get too deep, one, hit that subscribe button, man. You know, you're here watching. You might as well hit the subscribe button. Cool, you know? I like Danny2k. He's a really cool guy. He does this full time. I don't, so I try my best to make my videos. But again, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button on the road to 1,000 subscribers. And the second thing is, give me a prediction right now who you have winning MVP and who you have winning the NBA championship. For me, Jokic is going to win MVP, and I'm going to pick the Dallas Mavericks to win the championship because it just seems like in 2K, or I should say in 2K, not real life. In 2K, I have Dallas Mavericks winning because they just always do so well. Real life, honestly, I don't think there's a world where there is a world where the Thunder repeat. Man, they're really good. They're really young. Jokic could win another MVP. Shea maybe could win another MVP. Maybe this year Luka finally gets it. I don't know. Sitting here at the trade deadline, the Timberwolves are the 1 seed. Thunder, Rockets, Warriors, Clippers, Nuggets, Mavericks, and Spurs make up the 1 through 8 in the Western Conference. As we go to the Eastern Conference, we are going to be looking at Boston at 1. I mean, I guess they have Tatum, so never mind. I guess that makes sense. The Knicks at 2. The Hawks at 3. Trae Young, Dyson Daniels, Zachary Ricochet, Jalen Johnson, Porzingis, Onyeka Okongwu, Malik Beasley. They ended up, I guess, signing him in this situation. Whatever. Nikhil Alexander-Walker, Luke Kennard, Kobe Buffkin. I mean, listen, I think they're going to be pretty good next year. I don't think they're going to be a top 3 seed, but without Tatum, maybe it's possible. I don't really know. Cleveland at 4, Philly at 5, Detroit at 6, Milwaukee at 7, man. Yeah, not a good team. Not a good team. Indiana at 8, and that's with Tyrese Halliburton. They're just not good. They have J-Ho ranked center. I guess that is an issue. And then the Magic at 9, the Miami Heat at 10, rounding out the play-in teams. Let's go ahead, take a look at the All-Star. I guess we need to go about a week to All-Stars. Let's go to February 13th real quick, see who the All-Star participants are. Not really worried about other than that. We're going to go check on league leaders as well. But we're going to go to award races, or I'm sorry, NBA All-Star. I haven't made a video in a couple days. Actually, I've tried recording 3 videos, so I'm kind of whacked out right now because I actually have one working, I think, right now, but whatever. In the Eastern Conference, Cade Cunningham, Trae Young, Giannis, Jason Tatum, Joel Embiid, Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Brunson, Cat, Pascal Siakam, Paolo Banchero, Franz Wagner, Tyrese Halliburton are your All-Stars. In the Western Conference. Steph Curry, Luka Doncic, LeBron James, Nikola Jokic, Kevin Durant, of course, the new Houston Rocket, having a pretty good year. I'm just going to say. Shea, James Harden, Anthony Davis, Sabonis, Kawhi Leonard, Jimmy Butler, Kyrie Irving. That is your West All-Stars. League leaders has Kevin Durant leading the NBA at 28.8 points a game, with Giannis at 2, Curry at 3, Shea at 4, Kyrie Irving at 5. Damian Lillard, 25 points per game, having a really, really good year. Rebounds a game, Domantas Sabonis at 13, Giannis at 12, 11 for Cat, Jordan's at 11 as well. Davis rounds out the top 5. Assists per game, Tyrese Halliburton and James Harden are tied at 10.5 for number 1. Then you have LeBron and Trae Young tied at number 2. Then you have Jokic as well. Steals per game, 2.2 for Kawhi Leonard. Jalen Williams at 2. OG Anunoby almost at 2. Shea and Donovan Mitchell round out the top 5. Blocks per game, Victor Wembanyama, 3 blocks per game. Alex Sarr, Diabate, 2.3 blocks per game. Jaren Jackson Jr. and Derek White rounding out the top 5. MVP race is looking like Nikola Jokic at 1, Giannis at 2, LeBron James at 3, 22-8, and about 10 assists for LeBron. Jason Tatum at 4, and Luka at 5. Rookie of the Year is looking like Cooper Flag, Ace Bailey, Dylan Harper, VJ Edgecombe, and Igor Demon. I mean, they're all having pretty good seasons. I'll take that. Sixth Man of the Year is looking like TJ McConnell, Russell Westbrook on the Pelicans, Ty Jerome, Dylan Harper, and Keontae George. Defensive Player of the Year is looking like Victor Wembanyama, Giannis, Anthony Davis, Alex Sarr there at 4, and then Chet Holmgren at 5. Most Improved, Amin Thompson, Cade Cunningham at 25 points per game, Andrew Nembhard, Christian Brown, and Davion Mitchell rounding it out. Clutch Player of the Year, Giannis, Steph Curry, Zion Williamson, LaMelo Ball, and Cade Cunningham are in the running. The NBA Cup, the Minnesota Timberwolves beat the Cleveland Cavaliers. Anthony Edwards went 18-8, 18 from Julius Randle, 22 for Darius Garland. But the Timberwolves are your Emirates NBA Cup champions. I kind of got through that one a little rough. Emirates is kind of, I don't know, that was so annoying for me to say. Rising Star Challenge, we have the sophomores beat the rookies. Cooper Flag with 26, Stefan Castle 24, 23 from Jared McCain. We're gonna go to the, can I see the dunk contest and the 3-point contest? Kevin Durant wins the NBA 3-point contest, and Shaedon Sharpe wins the NBA dunk contest. All-Star game simulation. Jason Tatum and the East All-Stars lose to Nikola Jokic in the Western Conference All-Stars. Now, it's playoff time, baby. I stopped it here on the last game of the season. Why? Because I want to check game high scores for the season. So if I go over here to, I think I can see like top game highs. I mean, that scared me for a second. Dame obviously had the 71-point game. Jaylen Brown is the league leader with a 59-point game on March 29th. So I'm going to go to March 29th. I don't even know who they were playing against, but that is part of the Boston Celtics. March 29th is a win against the Spurs, in which Jaylen Brown had 59 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 22 for 29 from the floor, 9 of 12 from 3. At the end of the season, Nikola Jokic wins MVP, 23 points, 10.5 rebounds, 9 assists, a steal, and a half a blocking game, 50, 40, about 80% from the free throw line. Cooper Flag, 15.7 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal and a half, a block and a half, is your Rookie of the Year. Russell Westbrook, 6th Player of the Year. He's now got MVP and 6th Player of the Year. I don't know how many people actually have that award. That's probably a pretty elite company. I don't know. I'll double check that. It might be up on the screen here. I don't know. 11 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Victor Wembanyama, Defensive Player of the Year. Cade Cunningham, Most Improved Player of the Year, going from 23 points, 4 rebounds, 7.5 assists to 25 points, 5 rebounds, 8.5 assists. I mean, sure, that's always a weird award. Giannis wins Clutch Player of the Year. Chris Finch, Coach of the Year. Leah Brooks, I believe is how you pronounce your name, is Executive of the Year. All-NBA first teams is Nikola Jokic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, LeBron James, Domantas Sabonis, and Cade Cunningham. Second team is Luka Doncic, Joel Embiid, James Harden, Trae Young, and Anthony Davis. Third team is Jason Tatum, Victor Wembanyama, Stephen Curry, Jalen Johnson, and LaMelo Ball. Defensive teams are Victor Wembanyama, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Alex Sarr, Anthony Davis, and LeBron James. What a okay. Defensive team, the second team, Evan Mobley, Chet Holmgren, Diabate, Derek White, and Joel Embiid. Rookie teams, first team is Cooper Flag, Ace Bailey, VJ Edgecombe, Dylan Harper, and Trey Johnson. The second team is Igor Demon, Colin Murray Boyles, Neek Clifford, Common Maliwatch, and then Khan Knipple. The Western Conference play-in is going to be the 7-seeded Los Angeles Lakers against the 8-seeded Golden State Warriors, the 9-seeded San Antonio Spurs against the 10-seeded Pelicans, and the Eastern Conference, the 7-seeded Philadelphia 76ers against the 8-seeded Detroit Pistons, and the 9-seeded Orlando Magic against the 10-seeded Toronto Raptors. Game 1 of the play-in is the Lakers versus the Warriors, LeBron and Luka versus Steph Curry, Draymond, and Jimmy Butler. This is to get straight into the playoffs at the 7th seed, and it looks like the Lakers are going to win 121-110. Luka with 26-9, LeBron James 18-5 and 16 points. Next is the New Orleans Pelicans against the San Antonio Spurs. You have Zion versus Victor Wembanyama, and it looks like the Spurs are going to pull away and beat the Pelicans. The Pelicans have been officially eliminated from the playoffs. Victor Wembanyama 11 for 17, 7, and 10 from De'Aaron Fox. And then again, Trey Murphy with 18, Steve Bay with 15, Zion 14, 5, and 2. Not a great game from him. And officially, the second playing game is going to be the Golden State Warriors and the San Antonio Spurs. Now we go to the Eastern Conference. We have Philadelphia and Detroit as our first game. Joel Embiid versus Cade Cunningham, who is going to get directly in as the 7th seed in the Eastern Conference playoffs. It is looking like the Philadelphia 76ers are walking away with a 31-point victory, 28 from Joel Embiid, 25 from Tyrese Maxey. Now Orlando and Toronto, the loser, is officially out of the NBA playoffs. This is for the North. This is for an entire country versus Florida. So kind of like two different countries, because Florida is kind of its own country. You get what I'm saying? But this is a very, very close game, and it looks like the Orlando Magic are pulling out at the end. They're going to advance to the second playoff game, and the Toronto Raptors have been eliminated. Paolo with 24, Grady Dick with 15 is their leading scorer. The second playing game, Detroit, Orlando. But first, we're going to go to the Western Conference. We're going to, I guess, have the Spurs eliminated. The Spurs have been eliminated. I meant to simcast that, but I did not. 36 from Steph Curry, 23, 4, and 10 from Jimmy Butler. Vic had 28 and 9, not much else. The second and last play-in game is going to be Detroit versus Orlando. This is for the right of the 8th seed in the NBA playoffs. And right now, it looks like Orlando got out to a good start. The Pistons bring it back, but now Orlando gets back out to another large lead, a 9-point lead with about 2 minutes to go. It looks like it's going to get extended, and like that, the Orlando Magic eliminate the Detroit Pistons from playoff basketball. The playoffs are officially set. In the Western Conference, we have Minnesota versus Golden State, Houston versus LA, OKC versus Dallas, and the Clippers versus the Nuggets. In the Eastern Conference, it is Boston versus Orlando, the Knicks versus Philly, Cleveland versus Indiana, and the Hawks versus the Milwaukee Bucks. We're going to go game by game. After game 1, Minnesota, LA, OKC, and Houston are all up 1-0. In the East, Orlando's up 1-0 on Boston. You have Atlanta up 1, Cleveland and New York all up 1-0. After game 2, Minnesota's up 2-0, 1-1 in LA. Denver 2-0, OKC over Dallas. Houston's up 2-0 on the Lakers. Orlando's up 2-0 on the Boston Celtics. Atlanta's up 2-0 on the Bucks. The Cleveland Cavaliers and Indiana Pacers are split 1-1 and 2-0 for New York over Philly. Game 3, the first round season, Minnesota Timberwolves go up 3-0, 2-1, 2-1, and 3-0 for Houston. In the East, Orlando's up 3-0 on Boston, 3-0 for Atlanta, 2-1 for Cleveland, 2-1 for New York. This could officially end some first round series. We know we have Golden State. Every series was extended at least one game. Golden State wins. It's 3-1 for LA, 3-1 for OKC, 3-1 for Houston. Boston finally gets one. It's 3-1 Orlando, 3-1 Atlanta, 2-2 Cleveland, Indiana, and 3-1 New York. There's only really one close series right now. It is Cleveland versus Indiana. Game 4 sees the Milwaukee Bucks be eliminated by the Atlanta Hawks. The Dallas Mavericks lose to the OKC Thunder. The Philadelphia Sixers lose to the New York Knicks. The Boston Celtics lose. The one-seeded Boston Celtics lose to the Orlando Magic. The Lakers lose to the Houston Rockets. The Warriors lose to the Minnesota Timberwolves. And just like that, we have a game 6 for LA versus Denver. And then we have a game 6 for Cleveland versus Indiana. And let's see who we have winning this. The Pacers lose in 6 to the Cleveland Cavaliers. And the Nuggets lose in 6 to the Clippers. We now have Minnesota versus the Clippers. We also have Houston versus OKC. And then in the East, the 4-seeded Atlanta Hawks versus the 8-seeded Orlando Magic versus the 2-seeded New York Knicks and the 3-seeded Cleveland Cavaliers. It's getting really spicy. After game 1, the Clippers are up 1-0. OKC's up 1-0. Atlanta's up 1-0. And the Knicks are up 1-0. After game 2, Atlanta's up 2-0. The Clippers are upsetting the Minnesota Timberwolves 2-0 right now. 2-0 for OKC over Houston and 1-1 split New York versus Cleveland. Game 3 sees the Atlanta Hawks go up 3-0. The Clippers go up 3-0. The Thunder go up 3-0. And the New York Knicks go up 2-1. We might have multiple sweeps. The Minnesota Timberwolves are swept by the LA Clippers. The Orlando Magic are swept after the Atlanta Hawks. Listen, they had a great first round. They beat the 1 seed, but then they are swept. And it looks like Houston forces a game 5, and also New York Knicks goes up 3-1. We're going to simcast OKC versus Houston. OKC up 3-1. This is a win or go home for the Houston Rockets, and it looks like they're going to put this game away to force a game 6 with Kevin Durant giving them 27, 5, and 8. Now to the Eastern Conference, 3-1 for the New York Knicks over the Cleveland Cavaliers. This is to go to the conference finals. Cleveland fighting to keep their season alive, and it looks like right now the New York Knicks are absolutely dominating and eliminate the Cavaliers. Cat with 26, 9, and 6. Brunson with 21. Max Strus with their leading scorer with 17. The conference finals are set in the Eastern Conference, but we have a game 6, Houston versus OKC. OKC trying to win on their home court. Houston just trying to force a game 7. And going to the fourth quarter, it looks like OKC is dominating this game. That is going to be a dominant 17-point win over Kevin Durant and the Houston Rockets. They make it to the second round. Shea with 22, Chet with 22, Terry Easton leading the score with 21, and the conference finals are now officially set. OKC versus the Clippers, and then the New York Knicks and the Atlanta Hawks. Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. We are in Madison Square Garden, the place where Trae Young is hated more than anybody else, maybe like ever right now. But the New York Knicks dominate game 1 by almost a 20-point win. Jalen Brunson with 34, 18 to 15 from Cat. Trae Young has 35, but it's not enough. Game 1, we are in OKC, which is a phenomenal playoff atmosphere. The Clippers are trying to make a big run. OKC is trying to prove why they should be the champions once again. But right now, the Clippers look like they get the game 1 victory over Shea, his former team. Just gonna say. Shea with 20, 21 from Bradley Beal, 19 from John Collins are the guys that get it done from the playoffs. Hey, you got to respect it. Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm hoping to get some games we can jump into here too soon. But again, we are still in New York, and it looks like Atlanta is fighting this game a lot more, and it looks like it's going to come down to a very, very close game. With about 2 minutes left, it's a 9-point game. The Knicks just kind of made a run there towards the end, and just like that, they push it to a 2-0 series. Cat with 39 and 15. Trae Young with 27, 4, 10. He's trying his best, but he's not getting help from anybody else. Game 2 in OKC. OKC trying to they already lost home court advantage by losing game 1, but they're trying not to completely blow 0-2 at home. But the Clippers are fighting hard. 2.5 minutes left. This is a close game, pretty much a tie game. There's 30 seconds left, a 2-point game. We're jumping in. The OKC Thunder have the ball. They're down 2 points. There is a shot clock. The ball goes into Jalen Williams, back to Hartenstein, back to eventually Shea. Shea pushes right past James Harden, takes a step back, passes to J-Dub, gets the ball back, ISO up at the top of the key. Alex Caruso gets open. They do not give him the ball. Shea wants a screen from Chet Holmgren. He's going to get around the corner, throw it back to Chet. They're not really getting anything open. Jalen Williams does get open to the paint, does hit the layup. It is now a tie game with 9.6 seconds left. This is it. This is the game-winning shot, potentially a game-winning shot, or they go to overtime. John Collins throws the ball into James Harden, who has Shea on top of him. I'm assuming they're going to run a pick and roll. James Harden gets wide open, takes a step up 3, misses it, and they take the timeout with 1.7 seconds. James Harden takes the game-winning shot, misses, and now OKC is going to have a chance to get one shot off to win the game. They're going to have Isaiah Hartenstein pass the ball into I assume is going to be Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. He gets open up top. He's wide open. A wide open 3 for win. He misses it. He misses the wide open 3 for game. We are now officially in overtime. I mean, Shea's just trying to make up for missing that game-winning shot. That was actually kind of rough to miss wide open like that. 35 seconds left. It's a 5-point game. 5-point game with 19 seconds. We're going to watch the last. It looks like, there's no shot clock. So they have to hit a 3 pretty much. You have to hit a 3. You have to play the foul game if you are the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard's wide open and they're just not giving him the ball. He's standing at the top, wasting way too much time. He's just wasting time. Kawhi Leonard's pushing to the paint on J-Dub. Passes out to John Collins. John Collins takes a 3, misses it. J-Dub gets a rebound. That is going to be game. God, OKC did not fumble that, because if they would have lost after Shea missed that wide open 3, that would have been tragic. That would have been tragic. Game 3, we are now in Atlanta. The New York Knicks are up 2-0, and it looks like they're keeping it close, but it looks like the Knicks are going to walk away. It's a 6-point game. This is a very, very close game. Atlanta needs to win. If they lose this and go down 3-0, it is basically over, and they're down 15 points. That is going to be a 14-point loss for the Hawks. Porzingis with 26, Trae Young with 21 and 11. What's enough for 39 and 38 from Cat and Brunson. 3-0 for New York. It's looking pretty bleak for the Atlanta Hawks. We now have game 3 of a 1-1 series. We're in LA. The OKC Thunder are trying to take back home court advantage by beating the Clippers here in game 3, but the Clippers have a pretty dominant lead. It is a 21-point lead. The Clippers go up 2-1 off a 25 and 10 from Zubac's back. And just like this, we can see our first team in the NBA Finals in New York Knicks versus Atlanta Hawks, which maybe, I mean, with the injuries to Boston, Milwaukee not looking quite as good this year. I mean, obviously, I think the Knicks can get there. Can Atlanta get there? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's possible. I'm not going to say it's not possible. It could be possible. Atlanta is holding up. Never mind, they lose the lead. They were holding up. They're down by 4 with 3.5 minutes left. This is a very, very close game still. A minute left. They're down by 7 points. They had to hit a shot here. They just didn't hit nothing. The Atlanta Hawks lose. They get swept in the conference finals. Porzingis with 23. Trae Young 16, 3 and 10. Brunson 27 and 10. 22 and 17 from Cat. Cat and Brunson have been phenomenal this playoff run. Game 4, the Clippers are up 2-1. They can almost effectively shut this series down by going up 3-1 today on home court. OKC is fighting to keep their season alive, but the Clippers, man, the Clippers are just dominating every single game. They win by 21-27 from Kawhi Leonard, 22 from John Collins, 25 from Shea is not enough. Game 5, back in OKC. This is a win or go home. You're already home, so you might as well win and go back to LA. You know what I'm saying? But going into the fourth quarter, the Thunder are up by 21 points. It looks like the Thunder are going to live to fight one more game. 22 from James Harden, 25, 6 and 7 from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Game 6, back in LA. If you're the OKC Thunder, you have to win in LA to go back home. If you're the Clippers, man, you do not want to lose this game. You are the underdog if you go back to OKC game 7, but right now you're up by 9 points with a minute and a half to go, and it looks like you're going to advance to the NBA Finals for the first time in team history. John Collins with 27 gets you to the NBA Finals. James Harden is your Western Conference Finals MVP. Cat, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. New York Knicks, LA Clippers for the NBA Finals. I don't know if any of us could have saw that one coming. I don't know. James Harden, Bradley Beal, Kawhi Leonard, John Collins, and Zubac against Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Josh Hart, and Karl Anthony Towns. Game 1, we are in New York. Obviously, Madison Square Garden, the mecca of basketball. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I'm hoping these are some close games. Both these teams have been winning close games and blowouts this entire playoff run. Right now, it's a 4-point lead that got shrunk down to a 3-point lead with about 2 minutes to go for the New York Knicks. This is a back-and-forth game. They keep lead switching. 17 seconds ago, a 2-point game. Let's go. New York Knicks have the ball, so that means we will have to watch a bit of the foul game. They're going to try. Mitch Robinson's going to throw the ball into Brunson, and James Harden says, hey, I'm not going to foul. I'm going to have Jalen Brunson put up a layup and miss it for no reason. This is now the second video in the past 2 weeks where 2K has done the same thing. You could just dribble the clock out, but they decide to put up a shot, and now that is kind of a New York Knicks basketball thing to do. I'm just going to be honest. The Clippers have a chance to steal game 1 in New York. James Harden has the ball. They're down by 2 with 6 seconds to go. Takes a pull-up mid-range, makes the shot. 4 seconds to go. Jalen Brunson's going to take a full, about half-court heave. And yeah, no, that's off. With timeouts. Dude, I'm so ready for 2K26. It's not going to be any better. But 2K25 is so broken. They had 2 timeouts. They could have got a shot set up. They shouldn't have even had to because they should have just held the ball back last time. I don't know, whatever, man. I like going into games because you guys seem to enjoy it, but my God, is it just bad to watch the 2K AI work. But just like that, it's a 6-point game with 10 seconds. The New York Knicks are going to steal game 1, or I guess not steal, but they're going to walk out with the game 1 victory. 29 from Brunson, 22 and 10 from Cat, 30 from James Harden is not quite enough. Game 2, the Clippers need to win game 2 to steal home court advantage win. If you're New York, obviously you want to go up 2-0, go into LA up 2-0, make it a pretty done deal. And yeah, the Knicks are dominating the Clippers 122-91. James Harden with 27 and 14, but OG Anunoby's 29 is enough to take the Knicks 2-0 going to LA. The Clippers, this is a win or go home. It's 2-0, but if you go down 3-0, it's wraps. So you have to win this game. And going into the fourth quarter, it looks like it is about a 17-point lead for the Clippers. They are fighting at home, and it looks like they are going to make it 2-1. Malcolm Brogdon with 24. 10 of 11 shooting, saves today. 41 from Brunson is not enough. Game 4 still in LA. If you're the Knicks, this is a big one. Going up 3-1 on an opponent's team floor is huge instead of going back home down 2-2 or tied 2-2. Obviously, if you're the Clippers, it's the opposite. You want to go back 2-2. But a 20-point game for the Knicks is going to make it a 3-1 series. John Collins tried, but 25 and 12 from Brunson is enough to go to a Game 5 back in Madison Square Garden. The Knicks haven't won a championship in a really long time. And to win it at home in Madison Square Garden would be chef kiss. And it looks like it's a 12-point game with 2 minutes left, so we're not going to see it in Game 5. They force a Game 6, 28, 2, and 14 from James Harden, 32 from Brunson's not enough. We have a Game 6 back in LA. Listen, if you're the Knicks, you want to win a championship, you're not gonna force a Game 7 to win it at home, because that's disgusting work. But this is literally back against the wall from the Clippers, and this is a very, very close game. 3-point game with 50 seconds to go. It's a 7-point game. The Clippers force a Game 7 off the back of 31 from James Harden. It all comes down to this. Game 7 of the NBA Finals. The LA Clippers, Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, John Collins apparently, are in New York to take on Jalen Brunson, Karl-Anthony Towns, and the New York Knicks. I can't believe it came down to these two teams, especially Game 7. Can't write anything better. Going into the fourth quarter, though, it looks like it's going to be a blowout. It is a 33-point game. It is a 33-point game. Well, I was hoping that was a little closer. Ends up being a 19-point game. Let's go in and let's watch the Clippers come back from 3-1 to win a championship. Harden has the ball. It looks like, I'm hoping they just dribble out and don't do something stupid. But with 10 seconds left, James Harden wins his first ring. Kawhi Leonard wins a ring with a third different team. They're running a pick and roll. James Harden takes a shot. All right. Cool. I mean, I guess that was the biggest middle finger shot, I guess. Brunson has the ball. They don't even take the shot. And just like that, the Los Angeles Clippers are your 2026 NBA champions, at least predicted by 2K. I can't believe Bradley Beal and James Harden get their first championship with Kawhi Leonard on the Clippers. I mean, if you would have told me that 3 years ago even, I would have been, I don't even know what to tell you. That blows my mind. Shout out to the New York Knicks, though. They go 7 games to the NBA Finals. Obviously, it sucks blowing a 3-1 lead. It happens. But the Knicks, hey, they could make it to the finals. I think there's a really, really, really possibility that the Knicks could be the team representing the East. Obviously, you have the Cavaliers you're hoping are better this year. Other than that, again, Boston's not going to look as good. Obviously, Indianapolis is going to I guess Indiana. Indiana's not going to look as good. But Brook Lopez is handed the trophy, and Kawhi Leonard is hyped. I'm seeing who gets Finals MVP here. But Kawhi Leonard, again, winning a ring with his third different team is huge, honestly. I don't know how many people have actually done that. I guess LeBron, technically, with Cavs, Heat, Lakers. But, hey, Kawhi Leonard, shout out James Harden with the big FU shot for some reason. And it doesn't even show us the Finals MVP. I'm hoping it's going to be Kawhi Leonard or James Harden. That would be super, super huge for them. And it looks like it's going to be James Harden, 22, 3, 11 is your Finals MVP. And they predict that Chris Paul, Al Horford, Dwight Howard, Brook Lopez does retire after the championship. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was just something fun I want to do. The Clippers end up being champions. I hope you guys liked it. And, give me ideas for the rest of 2K25, because we've got like over a month, and I don't really know what to do anymore. But I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you later. Peace.